Okay, we come to this topic. We call it capital asset pricing model. It's the third formula in this chapter. Now, in this chapter, we are going to calculate the required rate of return by considering the risk-free rate and the market return on that formula. So, in this formula, basically, you need three components, or we say you need three information. The first one is risk-free rate. The second is the market return. Okay, market return, and the last one will be beta. Now, as we mentioned earlier, beta means that the risk, or we say the systematic risk of a particular company. So if you look at this formula, this part we call it, this part we call it risk premium. If purely only, let's say if purely only this area, if purely only RM minus RF, we call it market risk premium. Okay, market risk premium. This one referred to here. Now, for this formula, we'll look at what is market risk premium. Now, if you look at market risk premium, we're using market return minus the risk-free rate. That's what we call market risk premium. Now, let's say, for example, generally, market return. Let's say generally, if you invest in any company in the market, they will give you a 10% return. This one we call it expected return, or we say market return. Minus risk-free rate, risk-free rate. Risk-free rate basically, risk-free rate means that the investment in which it show you a very low risk. For example, fixed deposit, you put the money inside, you deposit in, but the return that you get back is actually very less risk, or we say very low return with very low risk. So this is what is considered as a risk-free investment. For example, fixed deposit. Now, let's say market return is 10% and the risk-free return, let's say, is 3%. So the difference is 7%. Difference is 7%. What do we mean by this 7%? We call it market risk premium. So this 7% basically means that this is the additional return for those who are willing to take more risk. Now, if you are not willing to take more risk, you just go for risk-free, or you go for low-risk investment like fixed deposit, then you earn only 3%. But if you are willing to take risk, you go for the market general investment, you get 10%. So the risk premium, because of you are willing to take more risk, the more the percentage that is extra, the return that is extra given to you is actually 7%. So we call it market risk premium. Now basically, if your beta is higher,